Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a new series, Space Empires V, or 5 if you'd prefer. Either way. So this is going to be a game that I am going to be doing to, bridge the gap between Victoria 2 and Heartsfire 3. People are clamoring for dev diaries and a whole bunch of other stuff. But as my more recent video has probably already said, I've been busy the last while and haven't gotten much chance to work on it. Also, if you hear fireworks, that's because it's Victoria Day. For those of you in America and countries where your queen is not Victoria, it's the queen's birthday. So, basically, yeah. Fireworks everywhere, and my window is open. And I can see pretty fireworks out in the distance. I'm just watching them right now. Pretty fireworks and pretty little explosions in the background. Soundtrack, our little expedition to SE5. So the reason I'm doing this game is because I decided to take a look to my peers. And I saw that Quill 18 did Alpha Centauri, Flying MacGuffin Man did Galactic Civilizations 2. I actually have a game set up already. Set up and everything. This will be the place that I'm starting, and I'll get into why in a minute. But anyway, did Galactic Civilization 2. So 4X strategy games in space settings are all the rage apparently among Paradox players. So I decided to copy that, but decided to at least be somewhat original and did a game that I don't think anyone else has done. So anyway, I'd again be asking, why am I starting on the edge of the galaxy, or quadrant of the galaxy? And that's because, here's the thing, I've got it set to evenly, I think, it's somewhere, evenly distribute the people throughout the quadrant. So, by starting on one edge of the quadrant, I leave another edge of the quadrant highly untouched, highly untapped, and likely to become a single empire. In this game you start with a single planet, and must conquer the quadrant. So, sorry, burping a little. Anyway, so, if the people who start over here may eventually become a single empire, and will make for, hopefully, a endgame boss of epic proportion. And as an additional little thing, load empire from file, Palmyra.emp. The Palmyrinae Imperium. Emperor name, Imperator Calvin Schmier. This is totally going to be a completely canon extension of my Megacampaign. Mwah. No, really, it's going to be pretty awesome that way. A little lag trying to edit my empire here. This game is incredibly in-depth. Like, I'm just going to go quickly through all the tabs here. You can actually just, I didn't actually write any history. I mean, hell, you guys have been living the history of the Palmyran Empire. Like, I have to tell you guys about it. So, anyway, this is the empire details. Start here. You get to choose a... Whoops. I actually imported a custom flag. Thank you, Velmoric Shadowmoon, for helping me with that, but not the point. You get to choose a flag. You get to choose a ship style, which is basically a basis for all your designs. Like, if you choose this one, your ships are likely to be very organic looking and have weird tendrils and other stuff. I picked this one because it's probably one of the few non-ridiculous looking ones. I mean, this is a good organic looking one if it didn't look like a goddamn nutsack right there. I mean, really. But, I mean, the other problem I have with pretty much most of these... You don't need wings in space! That is all. This one reminds me of, like, the space Titanic from Futurama, so I can't go with that one. This one looks like that energy sword thing from Halo, so I choose to avoid that one. I don't This at least looks like a reasonable design, kinda. I really have no idea, but I don't like it. So that really leaves me with only that as an option, to be perfectly honest. I mean, this one looks like the Enterprise, for goddamn sake. But yeah, so that really ends up becoming my only major option because wings in space make perfect sense. Yeah. So yeah, you can see my settings here. You can literally, like, set anything Wee woo. I'm a fire truck empire. Like I said, you can set anything for any one of these fields. The password and email stuff is for multiplayer. So that way, you know, other people can't load up as your empire. And hilariously, how this game works with hot seats, used for players to contact this player in a multiplayer game. Like for hot seat multiplayer play, this thing will automatically email you the save file. It's pretty neat, I think. Yeah, it is pretty neat. So we got, that's pretty much empire details in a nutshell. Racial details. Nubian. Nubian because it's the plural of Nubian. Or is it Nubians? I honestly have no idea. I think it's just Nubian. The Nubian people, not the... Yeah. I have no idea. Well, whatever. We come from a rocky oxygen planet. That's for certain. But yeah, you can choose a racial portrait. Again, the stuff I've shown so far, except for like aggressive AI, is absolutely no bearing on anything. So you can have rat people, bug people. I don't even know what the hell you are. A crystalline obelisk, sure. Why not? It's a fantasy game in the future. The government type is republic. Whilst we still may be a monarchy, our government is actually much more resemblant of a republic. Actually, like I said, one of the possible things here is a monarchy. But, yeah. Like, a republic is much better representative of the democracy and liberty that my people have, at least at the end of Victoria 2. There's no guarantees to anything that could happen in the next 2 games. I'm just banking on the fact that I'll probably end up winning, and eventually taking over the planet, if I'm good. Sorry, I just scratched my mic. With my coffee mug. Anyway. So, yeah, like, if you replace a government headed by a president, replace president with emperor, in which the power is exercised by officials elected by the voters. President doesn't have to be elected in a republic. In fact, that's the difference. By the people through direct vote or representatives. In a republic, the president is presidente for life. So, like I said, our government is actually much more representative of a republic. You can have a friggin' anarchy government. I don't know how that works, okay? You can even have a collective. Controlled by Essential 9, which all individuals make up. All individuals are interchangeable and execute tasks without question. Yeah. And actually, I should probably go through it. Basically... Let's try and get both theocracy and the republic in the picture. These are all little things. You'll note that as you move farther away from the middle, which is an oligarchy, the various things. Loyalty of the population, which means people revolt more. Intelligence defense decrease, meaning spies are better. Increased research generation. Foreign population assimilation increased. Population tolerance for war decreased. And cultural accumulation improved. I actually have no idea what the hell culture is. Seriously, I have yet to figure out what culture is in this game. I'm not claiming to be good at this game in any way, shape, or form. This game is deeper than Paradox games. And it's weird. Oh. Sweet, sweet coffee. I love thy. Anyway. But, yeah. And if you go really far this way, you start to get some neat stuff here. Like, the collective is, you know, weird. The collective is an outlier to the general rule. But anyway, society. We are a society of, you choose one of these, scientists. Which really fits us. Because, you know, we're that awesome. And we've always been technologically advanced, and always will be. Let's see, racial traits. We are good at gathering resources, in general. There are 3 resources in this game. Minerals, organics, which is like food, and radioactive, which is, I guess, just uranium. Smart. We're also foolish. We're physically weak, but we have an environmental resistance. We came from the Sahara Desert, what do you expect in this one? And physical weakness is just in comparison to aliens. And I got destroyed by spies in EU3, so foolish is what I pick. High reproduction. I also picked lucky because we're that awesome. We've been lucky throughout history. Seriously, the fact we exist today is lucky. I'm actually going to take away deeply religious. I'll get to that in a little bit. Oh, for the love of... Go away, fireworks. Go away. Yeah, you know what? We're hardy industrialists. Have you ever seen the shipyards in Alexandria? They're awesome. Okay. And we have temporal knowledge. Yeah, planetary space yards produce at 25% of the normal rate. Planetary space yards are basically planetary facilities that build spaceships. So, basically, ship production plus 25%, because we're awesome. We are that awesome. And temporal knowledge, because we're Time Lords. Screw it, I'm a Doctor Who fan. I'm playing with temporal knowledge. Got a problem with it? I don't care. Suck it. Now, where was I? Oh yes, there's actually a glitch. I should only have 100,000 research points, but there are technologies that you start with. It's like all of these. Oh, for the love of... I apologize. And all of those. We also start with that. You'll notice I actually can't take away research from these things. Oops. And the reason for this is because I'm supposed to actually start with these. But I'm not, because, like I said, there's a glitch. I will only actually have 100,000 research points to spend once I... Oh wait, we don't have resupply. Once I spend everything. Applied research, yep. Missile and projectile. There you go, 100,000. Okay, so that's what I've got to spend. And it's tough to decide. Really is. It really is. I actually will get another 100,000 on my first turn, so it's not that big of a deal. But, yeah. Phew, let's see. I think I'm going to have to go with physics level 2. Now you might be saying, wow, that's a pretty expensive thing. And you're right. It is. It's incredibly expensive. No, for the... actually, no, I'm not going to go with physics. Physics grants me shielding. You see, this isn't the entire tech tree. Let's just use physics as an example for now. I now have energy stream, energy pulse weapons, shields. Basically, technologies that you research, theoretical science mostly, will grant you access to new things. Like... I think this actually grant me an use to anything. I don't know. Biology is just like deals with processes and physical characteristics of all life forms. That grants you like bioweapons and stuff like that. There is one technology that I have that I can't see, and that's the temporal knowledge thing. That I can only start researching in game. So yeah, every technology does something, and it's really hard to justify getting anything over another. It really is. It's so hard to choose. So hard to choose. Science of constructing vehicles and buildings. Yeah, I think I might go with industry, because if I remember right, industry unlocks computers. Computers are actually very important, and I'll teach you why in a bit. So I got 10,000 left, okay. To spend my 10 grand on. I don't care much for space yards because temporal technology will cover me in that one. Spoiler alert. I don't really need level 2 computers at the start. God, this is tough. Yeah, damn, this is tough. Let's go with ion under level 2. Yeah, that's alright. Okay. I'll save. Alright, so I picked my technologies, and I think we're finally ready to begin. Oh boy. Let's go. Here's hoping that I start in a system that actually has my planet type, because as I said, I started on a rocky oxygen planet, and thus I can only colonize other rocky oxygen planets at the start. Well, I can colonize rocky any type, but I'm not going to be colonizing planets that don't have my atmosphere, because the colonies are really small and really bad. But anyway, we'll be right back, everyone. Alright, we're back. Oh, hey, what do you know? Alright, we have one other rocky oxygen planet. It's a huge planet, too. It's pretty crummy for resources, but it'll be okay. Alright, now, first thing we're going to be doing is spending our newly gained research points. We get an extra 100,000 at the start. And now that we're actually in the game, we can see what the technologies will give us, which really helps. So, 50... Yeah, 57. Temporal studies, 0.2 years. Okay. I want both physics and temporal studies. Those are pretty critical. I got level 1 industry right off the bat, so I do have computers, which is important. Because you see, that got me what's called a master computer. And we're going to be designing our first ship. Very soon, at least. The strategic part of the game is played on this hexagonal isometric map of a single star system. At the bottom here you can see a mini-map where I have an entire undiscovered quadrant. I know the basic layout, but, you know. Let's see. Up here I can click to cycle through the resources that I have, the research points I have, and the intelligence points I have. I'll get into intelligence eventually, but for now let's not. But, yeah, I'm going to end the first episode here. We're set up, and we're ready to actually start playing. So, thank you everyone for watching, and tune in next time for when I actually start playing the game. And we set off as the Palmyrene Empire to conquer... Wow, this music's great timing. To conquer the galaxy!